idea that there's happiness to have here for us, separate from Krishna. That is the illusion, or the illusion is also that it's separate from Krishna, this world, or that it ultimately doesn't exist. And that's just another illusion. That's simply another illusion that it doesn't exist. This world is real. It does exist. It is connected with Krishna. Actually, it's nothing but Krishna. This world is simply Krishna taking the form of the world and the environment in which we are existing. So those who see this world and simply see it as this is illusion, actually offend us to Krishna, because actually it's a form of Krishna. Just like you see the deity as material, or one thinks that Krishna's form is just is material. Adinandi Mahamudha Manushim Tanumasvitam. Param Bhavam Adyananto Mama Bhuta Maheswaram. That those who think that when Krishna says, fools deride me when I descend in the human form, and they do not, because they do not know my real higher nature. Krishna comes to this world, and apparently he is like, he's like one of us, exceptional, a great personality, but he has a human form, and I think this is, that means my form is temporary, Krishna's form is temporary, because it's like that, it is the same. So that fools are concluding like that, but that is not the fact. Krishna's Manusha Rupam, his human-like form, is real, it's eternal, it's actually the absolute truth. Krishna's form is the absolute truth. And our form, which is temporary, but it's we actually also have a form as souls. And the material body is temporary, but it has the human form, because the soul has a human form, because Krishna has a human form. Form is actually real and eternal, and in Krishna's case also unlimited. Even though one conclusion is that form means limited, but it's form doesn't mean limited. It adds one more and a real deep aspect to existence. How is this? Jiva Goswami gives several examples where form doesn't limit, but actually it expands. Sound, for example. Sounds can be all kinds of formless sounds or so on, but form, sound that has form, sound that has actually language, message, and so on, it's not a more limited aspect than just formless sound. Or actually, it has much. It's higher. It's a higher level. Form is actually a higher level, or a more. Is a complete. Is without form, actually existence is incomplete. Mahavajra wanted the other way, that form is limiting. No, but it's a formless that is limiting. It lacks the aspect of form and personality. This follows, form and personality are actually more or less synonymous in this context. We find in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 8-9, the word Rupam appears, Kavim Puranam Santitanam Anoniyam Samanusmare Yat. Then it says achinta rupam, the word. So it just means form, and probably translated as always a person. Because that's actually the real understanding that rupam means person, form means with senses, and it means eyes, senses that see, hear, ears that hear, and so on. That's what actually. So form and personality, they're actually synonymous in this context. So everything we see actually is nothing but Krishna. It is a form that Krishna has taken, and that's what this is actually the key to become one of those great souls, extremely rare great souls, to pursue that path, to pursue that realization, not that its material world is illusory or doesn't exist, but actually how it is just a form of Krishna, and how I fit into it also. Which of course means I fit into it as a servant. We are all Krishna's servants. This is our actual identity. So, but of course it also means that we are, that's just a generic or a general statement, we are Krishna's servants. What does it mean when we get practical? Well, in practical terms, we are situated in a particular environment. We are part of an environment, and that environment is Krishna. And we're tiny. What is our role in that environment? Well, that is to serve that particular form of Krishna in this particular practical environment we are situated in. That's actually what gives one the realization that everything is Krishna. Because if one looks at the world with the enjoying mentality, one cannot have the realization of that everything is Krishna. Only when one has the mentality of I am a servant, and I'm here assigned to render a particular service to Krishna, assist Krishna in his in the activity that is unfolding here. Only then can one have this actual realization that actually everything is Krishna. As soon as we have a separate desire from wanting to serve Krishna, but rather we want to enjoy Krishna, or we want to renounce Krishna. I mean, if you actually think about that, doesn't mean that it's obvious one cannot be Krishna conscious if you want to renounce Krishna. But that's what when we think this material world is illusory, it's Maya, and the way we become liberated is that we have to detach ourselves from this world, and we should not look at the world, we should not hear, we should not touch, we should not think of the world, which is the impersonal path. But that means we're busy trying to push Krishna out of our, not perceive him, not think of him. And obviously we cannot become Krishna conscious. And and it's of course a relevant point Prabhupada is bringing up again and again, because we are different. We have many anarthas. Maya takes many shapes and forms, and one of the most common forms of Maya that is presented in front of us, who are somewhere aspiring to become devotees, just the beginning stages like that. This is that we think that the path to become liberated and become devotees and become liberated is to pursue, to deny senses, to deny the world, and in this way we become detached and liberated, free. it's a dead end road. It's a wrong direction. It doesn't work, but it's a very common thing we can easily be trapped in, and of course it only doesn't last forever. It doesn't give one Krishna conscious realizations. It is simply a way of suppressing. It's an unnatural thing. It's suppressing the senses and one's desires, and we cannot, in most cases, last very long on that path because, especially with our background, so we become. Sometimes one even ends up becoming crazy by pursuing that, but one is into denial of the world. It doesn't. It's artificial. But the natural thing. This is why devotional service. It's rare, but then again, it's easy. Simply, devotional service means to engage the senses in Krishna's service. In Rishikesa, Sevanam Bhakti Uchate. That is what devotional service really is. One engages all one's senses and actions and thoughts and desires simply in Krishna's service. And Krishna's service is not something abstract. It's right here. We are living in a very concrete, practical situation. There are all kinds of services. If we have the active desire to serve, we just have to look or hear or ask, and there's so much service to Krishna. Isn't it? Everywhere I look, right here in this temple, there is so much service. There is things to be done, things to be cleaned. Association of devotees to be taken, devotees, or friendship to be made with devotees, or devotees to be helped, or there's so much service there. Or we go out in this, we go out into this big city, and we think, and then again. It's actually, again, kind of the same approach. It's horrible, it's terrible, it's just, it's bad, but actually it's Krishna. Copenhagen is Krishna. Krishna's energy. How can Krishna's energy be bad? And that approach, it doesn't make one Krishna conscious, or actually bring any kind of happiness. It actually just brings one, makes one disgusted and frustrated. But if one has a different approach, here is this city, Krishna's city, he's someone out there, where is their service? One will discover there is unlimited amounts of service here, and I'm a servant, and if I simply engage in service according to my capacity, according to what I'm supposed to do, according to my authority. What more can we ask for? We're asking for service, and so we have so many. We have like 1.5 million people who are in Maya, and Krishna's desire is they get out of Maya. They get contact with Krishna consciousness. We can assist Krishna in that. We can assist Krishna by going out with books, meeting people, somehow or other inducing them to take a book, become attracted to Krishna. And as I think about it, there's so much service here. So there's nothing bad about this city as such. It's bad that the conditioned souls are suffering and so on. But for us, it's not. There's nothing bad about this city in the sense that it's a hindrance, or it's a hindrance to our realization of Krishna consciousness. There's nothing about this city that keeps us from becoming Krishna conscious. Actually, it has very great opportunities to become very Krishna conscious here in Copenhagen, because there's so much service. And if one is engaged in rendering service like that, one will realize how Krishna is everywhere, personally present, and guiding one, helping one. One has relationship with Krishna. When one is engaged in service, one will, it's not necessary to go to somewhere else. We think that we have to go to, the holy Dharma. We have to go to. Rather from there we can become really Krishna conscious. That's another illusion. It's right here. We have a complete opportunity. Actually, this is the best place to become Krishna conscious, right here. There's no better place on this planet. For me, and for whoever's supposed to be here. It's because Krishna, since we happen to be here, it's because Krishna wants us to be here. We can have that. No, I would rather be somewhere else. Again, it's running away from Krishna. You don't become Krishna conscious by running away from Krishna. Become Krishna conscious by Krishna has put us here. This is, and if we accept that service, then we become, perfectly Krishna conscious. We can come to that platform. That's just to wind up. It is possible to come to the platform of this, rare soul who's completely surrendered, who's a complete shelter of Krishna. These kind of verses, there are several verses in the Bhagavatam like this, and the Bhagavad Gita also, about how rare it is to become a pure devotee. So, of course, one conclusion is that there's no reason even to try, because it's not possible. It's so rare that there's no chance. But that's of course not the message found in the Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita. It's rare, but for those who endeavor for it, it's attainable. It's absolutely attainable. But of course, for those who conclude it's not possible, so there's no even point in or reason to endeavor for it. Of course, they don't achieve it. Most people do not achieve anything special. Great people are rare. What makes a great people distinguished from those who are, well, often is that they actually strive for it. Those who don't become great, they simply don't strive for greatness. They think that it's not even possible, so that they just choose to live in their mediocre life, and therefore they just remain mediocre. But those who have big goals and they are endeavoring for like that, at least it's among those that will achieve it. Those who do not endeavor they're not the ones who will achieve anything. Bhagavatam gives us these high ideals of becoming pure devotees, because so we can strive for it. In order to advance in life, you need a goal, and then one has to endeavor for that goal with intelligence and patience and so on. But one has to have a goal. If there's no goal, one will not get anywhere. That's one of the messages of the Bhagavatam, Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana. Actually, there's nothing in the Bhagavatam except Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana. Sambandha, understanding our relationship to Krishna, understanding the world and how everything is connected with Krishna, and simply understanding the world as it is. And Prayojana, the goal that can be achieved, and Abhideya, how the path to go to that goal. There's no other topic in the whole Vedic literature, actually. So goals are given like that, not to dissuade us from achieving to become pure devotees, but actually just to point out this is the ideal, this is the goal. Fix it and strive for it. It is possible to achieve it. It is absolutely possible to achieve it. So maybe, it's possible in this lifetime even, if one endeavors for it. But even it takes some lifetimes. what doesn't matter. But it's possible, it is possible to achieve. Okay, I'll try to look at the clock. So we have to stop. There's 1 minute for one question.
It says in the verse that liberated and perfected beings have come to the conclusion that Narayan is the supreme. But how to see sadhaka bhaktas then? Are they Narayana Parayana? They're not pure.
Depends. I mean, they have entered the path of devotional service. Prabhupada talks here about that there are jnanis who are attracted to devotional service, and they fall into two categories: those who think that what is it? Oh, that was here. They are. Some who think that some jnanis are attracted to bhakti, and those who are devoted to the so-called false form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and those who understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead as Sachin and Ananda Vigraha, the actual spiritual form. So even if one is engaged in bhakti, but one thinks that Krishna's form is ultimately false, they will not achieve the goal. It's it's Prabhupada also says that in the purport to this Moksha Mogakamana, which has been quoted here, that there are, there are many devotees who think themselves in Krishna consciousness, but at heart do not accept Krishna as a Supreme Personality of Godhead. For them, the goal will never be achieved. Isn't that what he writes in the Bhagavad Gita or something? I mean, all this like that.
It's just like that.
Yeah. I mean, also many of us are not really sufficiently serious. We will not achieve the goal. I mean, ultimately, one is never lost. Whatever one is engaged in devotional service is never lost. So one will, at one point, many lifetimes, achieve Krishna. But those who are, actually, only those who are striving for it, they will achieve it. One can easily get stuck on the path. Like actually, everyone is stuck on Krishna's path. There's only one path. Many say there's so many paths that we are following. There's only one path in the entire existence. It's Krishna's path, and many are stuck in different places on this path. So even on the path to devotional service, one can get stuck and not get anywhere for long. It's one can for instance, not dive down into the ocean of devotional service and really engage in devotional service, but just stay on the surface. Devotional service then becomes it's a very nice way of arranging for a comfortable lifestyle. Devotees have comfortable lifestyles, which Prabhupada defines as not uncomfortable. Comfortable means that it's not uncomfortable. It doesn't mean luxury, just it's not uncomfortable. So, living as a devotee, is actually it's just a nice lifestyle, and also many facilities come as byproducts of practicing devotional service. There can be some facility, even some respect and adoration, and like that. So if you stop now, so one can get stuck in that, be satisfied with that, and then in the other it's be satisfied with moral goodness and so on. So one has to go beyond that. Not everyone. That's why it's rare. Not everyone. It takes. It's not. It keeps on pushing through. and one has to keep on. If one does that, then Krishna will. That's what Krishna is waiting to see. How sincere we are. And those who are sincere, of course, he will accept those. Sorry. Jai. Srimad Bhagavatam Ki.
Jai. Jai.
Så, husk nu her. Nu.
Måske skal vi gøre det der.